Given that it's the Friday-est month of the year, and that we recently celebrated 5 years since the last Our Supernatural episode ended, it's time to talk about endings, which means it's time for another lesson in entertainment psychology. Okay, I got my big screen out. Today we're talking about why every single story arc and every single episode in the 15th season hits so hard. And that's because it's tied into a very, very, very strong theme of nostalgia. And don't just take it from me. Take it from scholar Melissa Edmundson, who has written an entire essay about it. Shout out to Monstrum Society, by the way. They have such good essays and so many of them focus on supernatural. The nostalgia has been a prevalent theme in the show. We all know that, right? Like, because nostalgia is all about going home, and the Winchesters cannot actually go home because they don't really have a home. It's a little bit of a complicated thing. I mean, we all know that baby is home for them, but until they find the bunker, they don't actually have a true home in that sense. So this essay talks about nostalgia as trying to keep something alive that we know we should let go of, like a pull from the past. And in the Winchester's case, this is about an attempt to reconstruct a sense of normalcy and apple pie life, so to speak, that they have never really had access to. It actually goes into loads of examples of how season 15 tries to recreate these mirrors to the past, not just the Winchester's past, but the past that we have experienced with them, like in past seasons and past episodes. And I always say this, but it's especially true for this particular essay. Like, go and read the source. Obviously, there are mirrors, especially with the goodbye scenes, with the first few episodes and the last series finale, but those mirrors are not what I'd like to talk about. I'd like to talk about some of the in-between story arcs that may just feel like a throwaway episode, but it really wasn't, because it all kind of pulled on the same thread of nostalgia. For instance, with the Mrs. Butters episode, we kind of get to see how Sam and Dean would respond to this normal white picket fence life, and how, even though this might be something that they yearn for, it may not necessarily be something that's good for them. And then there's the flashback episode where they go back to help their friend, and we see all of these flashbacks from Sam and Dean's childhood. And we see that there's also this sense of nostalgia, not only in the present time, but also in their younger selves, a yearning for a life that they never had. Going back to the question of why does season 15 feel so intense? And it's all of these pulls. It's all of the ways we're pulled back to younger times with Sam and Dean. We're pulled back to season 1. And it's all of these full circle moments that give it its emotional intensity. And it's not just one episode or one moment. It's the entire season. And honestly, I can't say this better than Melissa. We began with two brothers and we end with two brothers. It's no surprise that the Kansas song that gives the series finale its title, the nostalgic song that has recurred through the series, and one which has great meaning for characters and fans alike, assumes its greatest emotional power. There'll be peace when you are done.